Hi there, I'm Master Magnus, and welcome. Today we'll be talking about Dok Ondar's Den of Antiquities and the Holocrons that you could get there. So a little background on Dok Ondar. He is an Ithorian who currently set up shop in Batuu, which is located in the edge of wild space. His shop, Dok Ondar's Den of Antiquities, is located in Black Spire Outpost. Now, he is a collector of items, of rare and unusual items found throughout the galaxy. He is known to be a temperamental but fair businessman. As long as you can make the right deal, he's willing to sell you the items that he's found. He is feared but respected by the black market as well as collectors around. He is a lover of antiques, but is willing to sell them if the price is right. Now, let us take a look at two of the items that you could find in the shop. Now, in the real world element, I recently went to Batuu over in Florida, and they have a great shop there. You walk in and there's a giant wall of various Holocrons. The interesting thing is you think they're for display. You walk in and there's Jedi Holocrons and Sith Holocrons, and they're ready to be a wonderful display to be looked at, but actually that's where you get your item. You don't go behind the counter to get one. You just reach into one of the alcoves and you take either your Jedi or Sith Holocron. So that was a different element. I was kind of looking around going, oh, is there a box that you could pick them up? No. You actually just grab the Holocron right out of the alcove, and in the middle you're going to find Kyber crystals. You're going to find the various colors located there. I know the rules over the years have changed regarding Kyber crystals on how many that you get. I think we're up to now you can get 2 of each set. I know for a while red was like the go-to because everyone was trying to get the black Kyber crystal, but we'll talk about Kyber crystals in a little while. So, let's just start talking about the Holocrons themselves. Now, a Holocron is a repository of ancient Jedi and Sith wisdom. So, a few background elements of how to operate. In order to turn it on, you turn the corners around. Now, Holocron price-wise is $50, which it's actually a good price for a fun prop. If you really like props, this is a really good interactive prop. Now, you don't need to have a Holocron in order to make any of the ancient wisdoms come out, since it already has a preset. So let's just hear who comes with the Holocron.
This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen, with the dark shadow of the Empire rising to take their place.
In order to make this activated, you're going to see that in the Holocron there's kind of 2 darkened circles in the round circles in the center. There's a copper coil inside, and it registers your tapping of that area.
This message is a warning and a reminder for any surviving Jedi. Trust in the Force. Do not return to the temple. That time has passed, and our future is uncertain. We will each be challenged. Our trust, our faith, our friendships. But we must persevere, and in time, a new hope will emerge. May the Force be with you. Always. This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi.
So we're cycling again through. So it's going to go through about 3 messages that come pre-recorded.
Shadow of the Empire rising to take their place.
In order to charge it, in the back there's a charging port. Now, when you receive this, you take the Holocron that you chose, and you go to the counter, and they'll give you a very fancy Black Spire Outpost bag. Inside has things like directions and also a charging cable. Now, if you're charging your device, you put it into a standard charging dock. If it is fully charged, it'll just say a solid color. If it is charging, it'll pulse until it reaches that solid color. That way you know you're fully charged. Now, the wonderful thing about these holocrons is that now that they have things like Kyber crystals, you could change who is speaking with you. So we're going to I only have a purple and green crystal to be used, as well as a red to be used today. So let's just take a look at a moment at what happens when we put a purple crystal in. So in order to do so, you walk over, you're going to see that there is a indent for your fingers. You kind of get behind them and you slide open the tray. I'm going to throw in a purple crystal. I'm going to plug it in. We now turn the corners. And the nice thing is that it will actually change to the color of the crystal inside. Green, green, purple, purple. So let us see, who do we have here?
The Jedi Code forbids emotional attachments to individuals, but it's wrong to say we are not allowed to care. Rather, we care about a principle larger than any one person.
So we have the ancient knowledge of Mace Windu.
The Force always has a plan, but it doesn't always reveal that plan on a Jedi schedule. In negotiating, silence can work better than a speech, but silence is more effective when it comes with a stern look and a lightsaber. Strength has determined the outcome of many battles, but the best proof of strength is the battle that never takes place. Even a moment can be an eternity in the Force. Center yourself, quiet your mind, and you will hear the Force's will. An unlit lightsaber shows the time for negotiations has arrived. A lit lightsaber shows the time for negotiations has passed. Be mindful of the difference. Never use the Force to settle negotiations. That's mistaking power for justice. A Jedi's life is one of service to the Republic. We protect civilization against the darkness that would devour it. Never use the Force to settle negotiations. That's mistaking power for justice.
So you notice it starts cycling through the messages of the crystal. Now, Batuu is taking place between The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. So these would be considered the ancient teachings of the old fallen Jedi Order. So we're going to close this over for 1 second. And the wonderful thing is that the Kyber crystals that are used in the Holocrons can also be used in the lightsabers. So in a later video, we're going to talk about the Savvy Workshop lightsabers, but the nice thing about these Kyber crystals, they could be used in multiple items. We have things like the Holocron, we have things like the lightsaber, as well as the Wayfinders that just recently came out. So at the core of every lightsaber is a Kyber crystal. Now you could replace the Kyber crystal with any of the Kyber crystals that are made available and it'll change the lightsaber color. So let us swap this out and see who we have for our green Kyber crystal. Now if you notice, you need nails for this because, I'm going to pass this over to the camera person because I do not have nails. Thank you. So we're going to put a purple on the side. We're going to put a green in. And let us see who we have next. So it does turn a nice color green to match out the Kyber crystal that we have.
Remember, concentrate on the moment. Feel, don't think. Use your instincts.
So we have Qui-Gon Jinn as our green crystal.
All energy from the living force, from all things that have ever lived, feeds into the cosmic force, binding everything and communicating to us through the midichlorians. May the Force be with you.
Very short on that one.
All energy from the living force, from all things that have ever lived, feeds into the cosmic force, binding everything and communicating to us through the midichlorians. Always remember, your focus determines your reality.
So on this one, on the green, we find that we have Qui-Gon Jinn, and it goes through a lot of Qui-Gon Jinn type quotes. So let us take a look if we replace the green with a red. And let's see what happens when we put a Sith crystal inside a Jedi Holocron.
This is Master Obi-Wan
Okay, so
Kenobi.
sometimes it'll have trouble reading the crystal. So what we'll do is we're going to try it again and see if we can get it in place. So let's try that again. Sometimes it has trouble reading the crystal codes. Ah, there we go. The Holocron has turned red. So let us see what we get as a message here.
The dark side clouds everything. Impossible to see. The future is.
So see, now we have a warning from Master Yoda on the use of the dark side here.
Careful you must be when sensing the future. The fear of loss is a path to the dark side.
So the nice thing is, even if you have a red crystal, it can be used in a holocron that's for the Jedi, where you get a different set of messages.
Adventure. Excitement. A Jedi craves not these things. You are reckless.
I was initially worried that like you would put a red crystal in and nothing would happen, or it would just kind of make staticky sound, but it's nice you get an additional set of messages.
Careful you must be when sensing the future. The fear of loss is a path to the dark side.
So it cycles through the, 3 to 5 messages that they come with. So that is the Jedi Holocron, which honestly is just a very fun display piece. I could also see if you're going over to a convention, it's a great thing to have if you don't want to have a lightsaber out all the time. You just kind of have this as a nice, wonderful prop. It turns on. You get a good color look. It adds a nice little additional fun display piece or con-going piece. So let us take a look over at the Sith Holocron. Now, again, Holocron is a device of ancient storage that holds the teachings of, now in this case, the Sith warriors and Sith masters. So let's take a look. So again, the nice thing with this, if you take a look, it has wonderful etchings along the side. It really has really nice design work in terms of the overall setup. To know where the top is, that's the part where it has the red triangles on top. That's the easiest way to remember what's up and what's down. In order to open up the Holocron, there is on one of these side panels, you just kind of look around, you're going to see little tiny indents. Yes, they do love their little tiny indents. You get your nail in and magically this one opens for me. So we're going to see what Sith we have today. I'm going to pop this in and we're going to... So let us see. Now it works the same way. You put your fingers to the side.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
So we have Darth Sidious here as our instructor.
Let me help you to know the subtleties of the Force. My mentor taught me everything about the Force, even the nature of the dark side.
And we all know from fandom that would be Darth Jar Jar, who happens to be his Jedi Master, his Sith Master. needed to
If
give a
one
little
is
something
to
out.
understand the great mystery, one must study all its aspects, not just the dogmatic narrow view of the Jedi. If you wish to become a complete and wise leader, you must embrace a larger view of the Force.
The Force is strong with you. A powerful Sith you will become.
If one is to understand the great mystery, one must study all its aspects, not just the dogmatic narrow view of the Jedi. If you wish to become a complete and wise leader, you must embrace a larger view of the Force.
So as we can see, those are the teachings of Darth Sidious. Now, let's see who would be on this holocron if you did not put in a Kyber crystal.
We are Sith.
So we have Darth Bane and his rule of two as the main speaker in this holocron.
Do you know who I am?
I do like the tonation where it has a slight menacing echo that comes with this.
The Sith killed each other, victims of their own breed. But from the ashes of destruction, I was the last survivor. I chose to pass my knowledge on to only one. I created a legacy so resilient, and now you come before me. Have you come to be my apprentice?
Now, it will be interesting to see as they continue making more Star Wars products, how much will they investigate in the story of Darth Bane. So, we're cycling through again. Now, let us see what happens if we put a crystal from a light side Force user. Let's go with Qui-Gon's first and see what happens. One, it turns green, which is very cool. It's a nice setup on the color.
If you will not be turned, you will be destroyed.
So we're getting messages from Darth Sidious.
Give in to your anger. With each passing moment, you make yourself more my servant.
So what we're seeing are a lot of quotes from the Emperor during Return of the Jedi.
Good. Use your aggressive feeling. Let the hate flow through you. If you will not be turned, you will be destroyed.
So very cool. You get quotes from Return of the Jedi. So let's see what happens when we put in Mace Windu's crystal. So it's actually, the purple is a nice color on that. It highlights well with the red.
I have been expecting you.
Well, it's good to be expected. Sometimes it's hard to kind of get...
Good. Use your aggressive feeling. Let the hate flow through you.
So we're getting some more Return of the Jedi quotes.
Good. Your hate has made you powerful. Now, fulfill your destiny. I have been expecting you.
So again, we're getting nice quotes. Now, if you were looking for where one of the buttons is, you could look right above this charging port. That's where one is, and it's going to just be on the other side. And you just look for like a slightly darker area, and the other wall is going to be where the Kyber crystal is. So again, pull that out, put that in. So we have a couple of Kyber crystals that we've seen. We've seen a Sith Kyber crystal. We've seen 2 light side Jedi Kyber crystals. Now, I know this is not a new trick, but I'm going to put it out there. It was in the direction book of the Sith Holocron that if you place your Sith Holocron on top of a Jedi Holocron, you get additional messages. Now, I know these Holocrons have been out for a while, so this is nothing new, but, we have to go through it anyway because it's great. So we have our Jedi Holocron activated, and then we have our Sith Holocron. And now we just get them so that, as you can see, there's an interaction going on. It took on a purple color. Now, the great thing is we're going to hear from the Batuu. If anyone's seen Rebels, you have these neutral force beings, the Batuu. Now, for the great element, it's voiced by Tom Baker, who happens to be my favorite doctor from the British sci-fi series Doctor Who. So it's an extra little treat that we get Tom Baker as the Batuu voicing on this crystal. See, it takes a little bit to get them to hook up a little. So we're going to try it again. Now it'll take on a slight different colorization. There we go. That's the color that we want. Now, it will change to a color once they kind of talk to each other. Oh. So we're going to try it one more time. So there we go. There we go. There we go. Let's see if that goes. There we go. So now we have that purple color. Now it's gone red again. So now we have the color. Now it's a matter of getting the message out.
Jedi and Sith wield the
There
Ashlar
we
of
go.
Bogan, the light and the dark. I'm the one in the middle, the Batuu.
So we have our message from Tom Baker, the
I
Batuu.
take no side. I am beyond your worrying and wars. I am unseen, unknowable, like a rock in the river. If two such powerful sources of knowledge are united, they will grant a clarity of vision beyond your kind. When joined, any secret, wisdom, or destiny can be seen through the Force. One could bring much chaos with such hidden truths.
The nice thing is the bottom holocron takes on a slight purple color, being that, you know, you're getting blue and red together for purple, so a little bit of that balance between light and dark.
Your conflict becomes clear. I am helping you. You believe that, but you must learn to see things differently now. But I can teach you to see, if you're willing. Once a secret is known, it cannot be unknown. Jedi and Sith wield the Ashlar and Bogan, the light and the dark. I'm the one in the middle.
So now we've gone the cycling again. So that's great. Once you get them in the right position, you get that extra little treat of a Bendu giving a message. So my overall review, these holocrons are fantastic. There are two nice props that, you know, are good for shelf piece, good for costuming, and it's just an overall fun toy to have lit up on your desk. So that's it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed this review. $50 each.